What versions of Leonardo belong on a Ninja Turtles Mount Rushmore? Friendly reminder, I'm factoring in who's had the most influence on the franchise as a whole, not just who are the fan favorites. Kicking off this list, we gotta start where it all began, so I'm going with Mirage Leonardo as my first round pick. Now listen, the Turtles found success as a group, but so did the Beatles, which means one of them has to be John, and that's Leo. You go back and read some of the Mirage comics, it's not super obvious or blatant, but there is a little bit of favoritism towards Leonardo, which makes sense because he is the leader. He was the first turtle to give us our crossover with Usagi Yojimbo. And everything that most fans think about when we think of Leonardo did start with Mirage, whether it be his leadership skills, his canon event, or the trauma that he endures and how he figures out how to overcome it. Plus, Mirage Leo gets the honor of having the coldest Ninja Turtles sketch in all of history. Jumping forward a little bit, the next spot for me personally is going to go to 2012 Leonardo. This is the first version of Leonardo that doesn't feel like a grown-ass man when we're first introduced to him. A Leonardo that actually wants to be the leader at the beginning of his story and has a really good story arc in terms of the power climb that he goes through to become the leader that his team deserves is very underappreciated in 2012. Plus, he's the first and only version of Leonardo to be voiced by 3 different people and it not be terrible. Next spot on the list, I have to give it to 2003 Leonardo. Now hear me out. A lot of you have voiced your frustrations with me not including 2003 Turtles in the other Mount Rushmore videos. And I'm finally adding a 2003 Turtle to a Mount Rushmore video because when it comes to Leonardo, his variant in 2003 is the best turtle that I believe represents the entirety of 2003 as a whole. Out of all the Leonardos that have gone through the canon event, in my opinion, he's handled it the best. In terms of the trauma that he endured, in terms of how he addressed it and overcame it, I believe that it was done the best. And I say this without any bias in my heart, but when I go back and I look at every single iteration of Ninja Turtles that I've been exposed to, 2003 Leo will go down as one of the greatest Ninja Turtles of all time. Now the last spot was obviously the toughest, but I can't talk about influential Ninja Turtles and leave out 1987 Leonardo. Did some of you seriously think that the turtle that coined the phrase turtle power was not going to make this list? Yes, he's the Boy Scout. Yes, he's Wonder Bread Basic, but I need you to understand, sometimes that is okay. No Ninja Turtles fan will ever be mad if you default a version of Leonardo to the 1987 version. If that's not influence, I don't know what is. Which 4 versions of Leonardo are the most influential to you? Keep it fun and let me know in the comments.